Good afternoon. We are here for a special, very special presentation. And this is a presentation that's being presented by Councilmember Fanny Gonzalez to United States Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn, who protected our democracy, who protected our rule of law, and continues to protect all of us and our rights and freedoms, and is also a resident of Montgomery County. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Councilmember Fanny Gonzalez.
Thank you so much. County Executive 2 and the family, come this way. And the staff from the congressman, please come this way, over here. Yeah, all the way here. I think that was your first proclamation. Oh, come on. Oh, hey. Joe, Captain Smith, come on. And Senator Chris Van Hollen's staff. I don't have my glasses. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natalie Fanny Gonzalez. I'm the proud council member of District 6. And today is a very special day for me. When I found out that Officer Harry Dunn was my neighbor in Wheaton, I said, oh my God, I have a hero in my community, besides my husband, but I have a hero in my community. And my heart, my entire neighborhood knows about you. And connected to that, as you all know, I'm an immigrant. I'm the only immigrant on the county council. And when I came to this country, like many immigrants that come to this country, you know, we're searching for freedom. We're searching for liberty. We're searching for a democracy that you know, fulfills your heart and makes you believe that you can provide and create quality of life and for you, for your family, for your neighborhood. That's what you do when you come to America. So when this horrible day happened on June 6th of 2021, I felt like this huge, you know, weight on my shoulder. Like, there's no way. Like, I come from South America, and there's a lot of, you know, coup d'etats. I grew up in a place where I went through 3 coup d'etats. Okay, I was 9 when I heard bombings in my country. It was 1992, actually. And again in 1996, and then again right before I came to the States. So I'm used to it, and I don't want that for my children. So when I saw what happened in the U.S. Capitol, it was like, how is this possible? So knowing that you're my neighbor, it just, you know, I feel so proud and that I needed to do something for you. And this is the only thing I could come up with. So with those brief words, I'm going to ask the County Executive, Mark Eldridge, if he can please join.
So I got to say, I feel pretty much the same way. I mean, I grew up in an era of protests and demonstrations with people who never envisioned that they would actually try to take over the government. It was about changing a policy, which is way different than deciding you're going to overthrow the government. And what happened on January 6th was appalling, and there's probably no other word for it. And people engaged in active sedition. The sad thing is, when you listen to them talk, you realize they live in a deluded fantasy world, which is really sad because they don't have a grip on reality. And but the consequences were visited on officers like Harry Dunn. And they, you know, if not for them, there would have been likelihood this would have gotten way more out of hand and would have probably made the former president very happy, which would have made of all of us very unfree. So I am really appreciative of your courage and the courage of the officers who stood there. Someday, I guess the truth will come out about how much the leadership of that organization either knew or didn't care about. But clearly they left you in a really vulnerable position, not without the backup, without the support they needed to deal with what everybody else knew was coming there. And I just, you know, your courage to stand in the face of that is unprecedented. I had never in my life seen pictures like that, never thought I would. So thank you very much. Thank you.
We also have been joined by staffers from Congressman Tron, Congressman Jimmy Reskin, Senator Chris Van Hollen, and I'm sure they have a few words to say. You know, you have a citation too. come together. We're a big family.
One big family.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. The congressman was supposed to be here, but as all of you know, he's spending a quiet time with the family since the daughter got married this weekend. Something different for him, you know, apart from the chaos. So he extends greetings here, and officer, you know, where his heart is. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for having me here today, and Officer Dunn, it's an honor to meet you. Congressman Trone wished he could be here this afternoon, but also is celebrating a recent marriage of his second daughter, I think. So here we go. The congressman asked me to send his thanks through a certificate of congressional recognition and sincere appreciation of your heroic actions protecting members, staff, and our democracy from the devastating events at the Capitol on January 6th. Your poise in the face of danger exemplified the best of the Capitol Police and our nation, and surely saved lives on one of the most consequential days in American history. Thank you for your dedication to our congressional community and for providing protection to our precious institutions and ideals. Thanks. Thank you.
Hello, Diana Eisenstadt here for Senator Van Hollen. His daughter did not get married this weekend. He's in Israel, though, with a congressional delegation, and I know that he sends his heartfelt appreciation for your service and for what you endured, and another hero in the county, and we really appreciate it, and know that with all of this, we won't go through that again. That's the plan, right?
That's the plan. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
And with that, I'm going to read a proclamation joined by the county executive, and we're going to do the same thing, 2 and 2. The county... There's 6. We'll figure it out. Okay, good. The County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland proclamation. Whereas Harry A. Dunn is a certified crisis negotiation and crisis intervention officer for the U.S. Capitol Police. He has been a resident of Wheaton in Montgomery County, Maryland since 2011. He credits his parents, who are here today. We're in the back. There you go, Mom and Dad. With installing in him the values of treating people with dignity and respect. And whereas Officer Dunn attended James Madison University in Harrisonburg, Virginia, where he played in the university's 2004 football championship team and earned a degree in public health education and promotion. And whereas Officer Dunn joined the United States Capitol Police in 2008, and since then worked lunch shift to provide protection to Congress, its members, employees, visitors, and facilities throughout the full complex, including the U.S. Capitol building, the Capitol Visitor Center, Capitol grounds, in the House and Senate office buildings, the U.S. Botanic Garden, Capitol Police buildings, Library of Congress buildings, and adjacent grounds. And
whereas on Wednesday, January 6, 2021, Officer Dunn was one of the brave officers who protected the country as a mob of insurrectionists attacked the Capitol in an attempt to disrupt the process of affirming the presidential election results. And whereas on that day, distressed but courageous, Officer Dunn put out his own life on the line to protect the country and our democracy from the insurrection as he experienced direct physical attacks and racial epithets from those storming the Capitol building. And whereas Officer Dunn faithfully executed his duties and responsibilities to fulfill the critical mission of the Capitol Police by protecting life and property and defending the members and officers of the U.S. Congress and their families, now therefore be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County and County Executive Mark Elrich hereby honor Officer Harry A. Dunn, and let it be further resolved that on behalf of all Montgomery County residents and citizens nationwide, we express our gratitude for the bravery and heroism that Officer Dunn displayed during the January 6th attack on Capitol Hill, and to his family and loved ones for their continued support. Presented this 27th day of June, 2023.
Thank you. Okay. I'll walk around the room with you know. Now, thank you. I truly appreciate
each and every one of you. Thank you all for standing here with me, my family, the representatives from Congress. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you. My name is attached to this proclamation, but you could substitute hundreds of names that day in any one of those spaces in there. I stand here as a representative of the Capitol Police, but there were so many other officers who fought bravely and heroically that day whose names you'll never know. When you do public service for the right reason, the awards, and they're very nice and I accept them, but the fact that when you do, like I said, when you do public service for the right reason, when you see that democracy still exists and is still standing and the transfer of power still happened, that would make my job rewarding, and because I know that I did my job. So I'm honored, and I thank you, and go team. Yeah, thank you.
And we have lunch upstairs for Brazilian food. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Oh, the picture, please. Let's go. Can you come down? Yeah. Oh, we have one more thing, right?
Thank you very much, Officer Dunn. Thank you for everybody for joining us today and celebrating Officer Dunn's heroism and valor and dedication to our democracy and our community. And he is in good company down on Capitol Hill with our longtime friend, Chief Thomas Manger, as well. Montgomery County's own as well. So with that, before we close this business, I'll turn to Councilmember Jawando, who has a request.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just would ask that I be added in the affirmative for item number 2, the ZTA 2303, and the consent calendar, item number 3, voting in the affirmative.
Very good. Without objection, not seeing any other comments, we are adjourned.